Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the stream, and welcome to the guys on Discord and whoever is watching on YouTube. I hope you guys have fun with us. Some issues reported on this version already. We're going to keep an eye out on it for it. I've not flown this version. I did all testing and stuff on the release candidates, which is prior to this version. So we'll obviously look at stuff that has been reported already and just add our voice to it and then make it better again. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. It's just a quick flight. I need to be out of my house at 11:30, so my stream needs to be done by 11, otherwise I cannot. That's local time, otherwise I cannot make it. So guys, I'm doing a short flight just to have a flight. I hope you guys understand, and I hope I don't have to cut it at the end, so we'll see what we can do. Right, let's see if I can save this thing now. I did not save it, or it's not picking up. So let's try again. Says it's there. Let's go up one directory. Oh, Mercate. It's the one we want. Right, so that's our flight. Good morning, Kester. Good morning, Tommy. How did your flight go in the Q400 yesterday, Tommy? I'm curious to hear. Alright, so that's done. Let's check this thing. It's still loading. Nice to have traffic here this morning. Uncle John and Kevin seems to be flying with. Robert, are you flying with?
No, not yet.
Okay. Alright, so this is going to take a minute or three. What I'm going to do is start my APU. Alright. So now, gentlemen that are flying with me, I hope you realize that this is a very short runway and flaps 10 is advised for takeoff, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you going to do bleeds off takeoff or not?
No, I'm just going to do a 10, hold on the brakes, let go.
Captain has to turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Tommy, you know what? I'm still half asleep. I remember you gave me a little report now that you mention it. I actually can see it in front of my mind's eye right now. Sorry about that. I had the most awesome, best sleep in weeks, and I'm still waking up. Okay, so I've had 2 coffees. Hopefully it'll kick in a minute, and I won't be so tough.
I'm pushing.
Yeah, okay. Uncle John, we've got search and rescue on standby, just in case.
Okay.
Christian, no, I've just woken up. I haven't had time to put it in the roster. If you stand by a minute, give me 1 minute. I'll quickly update the roster for you and then you can fly with us. Sorry, man. I literally, the moment I went live here is the moment I was done spawning into this X-plane, getting it going and setting up everything for the stream. So just bear with me. It's a lazy morning. Let's quickly go there. That is that one. Like the roster. What's today's date, guys? Don't make me look it up. Well, I have to if I have to, but what's today's date?
21st of May.
21st. Thank you. This is flight number 4114. There you go, Christian. It's updated. Yeah, cleaned out all the other additional files, so it should be straightforward. There you go. Sorry, Christian. Okay, next time. Tomorrow morning then. We'll try catch you tomorrow morning if possible. Right, so that seems to be done. Yeah, don't let's talk to her yet. Right. Why on earth would anybody take off on runway 20 when runway 2 is perfectly good?
Because that's what we decided to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna be against you guys then this morning.
That's alright.
What fun.
Got an aircraft now.
I see, I see.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And he's going to do 20 as well.
I see, I see.
No, he's not. He's going to do 2.
Flight attendants, prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Nah, he's not broadcasting. Right, so on this short runway, assumed temperature is not allowed, so we're gonna go full blast.
He wants to move his backside, I know that. We're time constrained.
Before start procedure. Sorry, Uncle John?
I say, doesn't he know we're on time constraint?
Okay,
It doesn't.
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Flight procedure. Trim down. Before start procedure complete.
Thank you, Linda.
Ready for before start checklist.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I don't know where he went, so he disappeared.
That's fine, then you go, sir, you go.
I am. I'm going to start taxiing now.
Right, I am going to start my push.
Starting pushback and you may start engines.
Ah, there's Reggie too. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. N2. Starter cutout.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Start number 1 engine.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Starting number 1 engine. N2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete. Ready for before taxi procedure. Flaps 10 set.
Looks like I got the APU in time. I was not supposed to switch that one off. Right, I'm taxiing.
Taxi lights on.
Brake test fine. Takeoff thrust test. Okay, no warnings. Sebastian, you click on it in the top center area. See, it changes the cursor there. You see the change, and you just grab and drag it. Click and drag. Click, hold, drag. In other words, that's all you do. Unfortunately, it can't move up and down and so on. That's been a dream for a long time. I don't know if Zibo's actually worried about it, you know, other things to worry about. Hey, welcome. How's it, Scotsman? Yeah, all good, and you? I'm getting a laugh here at myself. I've been flying that Q400 way too many times, and my whole setup on my Bravo is different. Now I'm reaching and doing the wrong thing with the wrong little lever, you know, small little things now. There we go. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
Approaching 0, 2.
Stabilized.
cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Before takeoff procedure complete.
On runway
Ready for before takeoff
600 feet remaining.
Scotsman, I see you're having issues with the light. I'll have to test it after the flight quickly if I have time. Otherwise, once I come back after dropping my daughter from school, I'll go test all the other issues as well. There was quite a few issues mentioned by including real pilots now. So this is the first time I'm flying this full version. We only had access to the release candidates, and the issues that we reported were fixed. But it seems there are a few more new ones that have been reported that crept in between us having release candidate and Zibo actually releasing it. You know, he probably fine-tuned something. I mean, unfortunately broke something else. So let's get that thing straight. Alright, what we're now going to do is we're going to switch off, leave off. You go off, you go on, you go off. Right, so that's bleeds off. So now we're pulling from the APU for the guys in the back so that they don't suffocate. They shouldn't, but anyway. Good procedure. We are on flaps 10. We are almost lined up. So what I'm going to do is go to 60N1, wait for 40 and then go toga. Toga. So I'm holding onto my brakes here. Very short runway. We're not that heavy, but still, we want every bit of power that we have. I tried to do a top cat with it. It just said to me, sorry, assume temperature not allowed. So you've got to go at maximum allowed thrust to get off this short runway. And like it was the first time ever that I flew into this airport with a Boeing, this is the first time ever that I'm taking off from this runway with a Boeing. Always just done it in the Q400, so this will be fun. There we go.
1,000 feet remaining.
There's our click. And gear up. That was nice. That was really awesome. Wow. Alright, so there's Command A. We did a heading select with level change. So I'm just going to plug up my speed a little bit. Turn on course a little bit. Right, need to keep our eyes on those flaps. I'm going to break them off in the beginning already. Flaps 5. 300, sir. And you? Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, that's the first officer. Man, that guy can sneeze. Actually, that's the relief pilot. Linda's not a guy, so it has to be a relief pilot. Righto, so what we're going to do now, once flaps are up, I'm going to do the reverse sequence now. So that goes down, up, down. Oh, she already fixed them for us. Okay, Linda, you're naughty. Just keep your hands to yourself. She already put them back. Okay. Yeah, special procedures apparently is not in her AI mindset. Excuse me, clear, thank you. Then we go to the legs page. Just refresh that one. Execute. There we go. There we're on course. Yeah, Tommy, but it was nice. I like that. At least I know I can do it. Ah, you see. Yeah.
Transition altitude.
Alright, climbing to 6,000 feet now. It's very nice. Really nice. Oh, I changed my livery this morning. I never changed that setting. Let's go and do that. So, there. Where was that again? Can you believe it? I can't remember. Systems, maybe. Where on earth is it again?
Morning.
Hello,
Flight
hello.
level 100. Landing light switches
Oh,
off.
yeah. Top of the climb. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, I know you're looking for something else.
No, there you go. It's actually given me a TT, not a TO. That's
Which
the.
one's it?
I did. It was in there, but now it's moved off the. It's moved off the scale already. Yeah, it's not giving the right enunciations. Yeah, it's not giving a TC at all. Yeah. No, there's
I don't want
definitely
to sound wrong, but good.
Yeah, I know.
It all works out in the end if you keep your eye on it.
That is true. Oh, I hate being half asleep when I fly. There we go. Yeah, Scotsman, I don't know if I like it. I promised myself I'm going to keep it a while to try and get used to it. Then I'll see. I haven't made up my mind. I'm kind of sitting on the fence on that one still. Yeah, Paul, we've had a couple of reports, and strangely enough, from the real pilots that said there's something wrong with the display and stuff. So let's do this. Zibo.
Yeah, for me it looked like top of climb and top of descent kind of overlapped. Being drawn at the same place. First I thought that perhaps set my cruise too high.
No,
But I played around with that and he didn't change what he was doing.
Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, well the report's in. I've just put it there in the dev room, so when Zibo wakes up he'll see it.
Good morning, John.
Where? It's in. It was the Zibo community group where the guys started. Yeah. Where? Okay, he's just said the same as I have. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's a minor little thing for Zibo to fix, but he'll have to do it nonetheless. Right. Good morning, Tony. Good evening to you, if that is where you are at, and you obviously somewhere in Australia side, far eastern hemisphere kind of a thing. Hello, Sasha. Right. Nothing new, mate. We woke up in the middle of the UK here in terms of our weather. It is cold, it's wet, it is almost no sunshine yet. It is really miserable and cold. Did I mention cold? Yes, it's cold. Very cold. Uncle John, you would have loved being here. It would have felt like home.
Seriously,
It's 9 degrees here. It's terrible.
beautiful. To confirm, no top of descent marker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thought so.
Purely just a marker. No marker on the screen.
It does start the descent as normal though.
Okay.
Then you end up with the marker behind you.
Yeah.
It's fun.
No, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. We're in Africa. It's supposed to be 30 to 35 degrees, hot, sunshine, swim weather, you know, walking around in your swimming trunks and jumping in the pool when you feel like it. That's African style. How we do it. It's winter and cold thing. Doesn't work for me. But we take it in our stride. We know we have to, so nothing we can do.
Well, you don't have any choice, do you?
Unfortunately.
Southern Spain's having ridiculously hot weather. Alicante currently is 26 degrees at this time of the year.
Morning, David. Hey, Reggie, you're very quiet. Bring your mic closer.
1000 to level off.
Yeah, it's over my head.
Ah, yeah.
1,000 to go.
Which runway are you taking, Nico? At the other end, 28. Is it 28?
It's always 28 left until the crosswind reaches 20 knots. Then you move.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking. 28 left.
It's fine. Good morning, Michele. No, I have no idea. It's somewhere in file 13. It will happen when it happens. I don't have a timeline on that. Hey, Scotsman. Ooh-ah, yeah. That's new. Awesome. Thank you so much.
The Flying Scotsman donated £5 through SuperChat. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Michele, yes, it will be added. It's definitely.
Ready for descent procedure.
At this point in time, with X-Plane 12 coming and things like that, a lot of the design philosophy, I believe, have changed to allow for that to happen first, and then, you know, big things will start happening again. There's no point in rushing anything really at this point in time. So the Zibo mod's already X-Plane 12 compatible. It works perfectly well in X-Plane 12 already. But you know, things need to change. There are certain goals and things that just moved a little bit. Zibo will get there. I did not get any such warning, Krister, but thanks for the heads up. I understand. Right, we need to continue setting up. This is not a long flight. That thing is going to surprise me with coming nose down shortly. Okay, let's do this. Alright, what's the QNH? Anybody check yet?
Yeah, it's 1018.
Thank you, sir. Alright. Exactly, Mikele. That has been our dream from the beginning. Zibo obviously had it first, his baby, but I remember distinctly one of the first conversations I had with him was, let's make the dream come true. Let's make it the most realistic one we can do. Good morning, Alex. Yeah, exactly. That's excellent, and I hope you enjoy your flight in the real world. Alex, there is a small issue. I've put it in the dev room with PD and TC, but other than that, so far she's behaving really nicely, eh? Mm-hmm. Well, my TD, even though it's not displayed, as Paul said, it works exactly as it should. So there's no issue with the actual operation. It's literally just a cosmetic thing.
Correct.
It does, eh? It does. But as far as I know, Zibo is still working on it. I can't talk out of the room, but you know about it. You should know. Still needs to just be finalized. Yeah, Scotsman, a certain person that shall remain anonymous for various reasons, actually gave Zibo a lot of information from the real documentation and the real aircraft recently, and that's why I believe it should still be a work in progress, because Zibo needs to go and seriously read and see what's spotting, because it gets very technical very fast in those kind of documents, you know. Yeah, Zibo is very well aware of everything in this mod. This is his baby. There's nothing that he's not aware of. If you don't like the way something is drawn, you can always just prompt him on the forum, tag him on the forum when you make your post, and just tell him to look at it. But be specific, you know. It is in the eye of the beholder. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not drawn that way in the version of the 737 that we have access to. You know, remember, nothing in this aircraft happens that is not provable in the real world, unless there is an actual video from a real pilot, actual photo from a real pilot, or here he goes and he takes the photographs, and he's got access to multiple versions of the NG. And it's actually funny, because in the same fleet you will have 30 aircraft that looks one way, and then you'll have 30 aircraft, 28 will look the same and 2 will just be different, you know, because it's not made to the exact same spec always. So if there's something in your version of the NG that's not in our version of the NG, it just means Boeing didn't make it for us that way. The ones we've got access to looks this way. Or it could be that this is still using default X-plane code, and Zibo actually still needs to, instead of tweaking it, remove it and put new code in there. But that obviously is something that you then put on the forum. Put your pictures, put your video, whatever you need to put there. Prove to him how it needs to be. Then it goes to Alex, or it goes to Sasso or Jan, or I mean, we've got like 13 pilots here. It goes to any one of them. They can then take their photos, compare it, they have their discussion, and if it's worthwhile to change, it will change. Pina Colada, the Zibo is by far the most realistic presentation of the NG that you'll find. Level up's not even close. The level up, anyway, the one that you've got access to, have been upgraded 4 times already on our side. I'm sitting with RC4. And just to give you guys a bit of information there, the flight model is much better now. In the level up, but it still needs work. So in the next 2 weeks or so, I think work should start resuming on that flight model if everything goes well. And then once the flight model is more acceptable, I reckon that's the last thing holding us back from actually releasing the next one to you guys in general public. But it needs work. It's been changed quite a bit already. The last phase, the one that's bugging me at this point in time, is the approach phase. Once you go into the approach phase, the nose is too high. It lifts the nose to either pitch is wrong. And that is obviously a combination of speed and drag and a couple of other things, weight ratio, power ratio and things like that. It just needs to be fine-tuned, balanced a little bit. And this thing is trimming like hell. Michele, you need to be very careful. Not all pilots are involved with the Zibo project, and not all pilots know what we know. And that was the point of what I pointed out to you. We have had a lot of pilots contact us, actual guys with good credentials that just don't know what they're talking about because they don't have the same aircraft as we do. They don't have the same facilities that we do. They are very good at flying their own aircraft. They're used to it, they know it, they love it. We love them for loving it and knowing it. but it does not fit into the Zibo project because it's not one of our aircraft. Okay, so we can't go and change. There's literally like 2,000 different variants or more even in the NG. It's impossible to make a single aircraft represent 2,000 plus different models and different freaking powder schemes, you know. It's just not going to happen. So when you lend your ear out to a real pilot, you've got to be careful what you accept as true, because he's not lying to you. He's definitely not lying, but that's his perception. That's what he knows. That's where he comes from. But if we don't have access to the same thing, and if our model looks different, it doesn't mean we're wrong. It just means this is what we have. There goes the auto rod.
Approaching transition.
I remember, for instance, let me give you a very good example, right? Ian, do you know that the vast majority of pilots flying these aircraft on a daily basis that you trust as being your captain or your first officer, they don't even know what Ian is. They've got no idea. It was funny. I spoke to the one guy. He said to me, hang on. He contacted his buddy that's a captain on his side. And they come back and they say, Ian who? They thought we're talking about a person. You know, that's the kind of interesting, you know, phenomenon that we've seen with real pilots. You know, they don't know because their airline doesn't have Ian. They didn't spend the money on it, for instance, you know. And that's why when you watch a tutorial from certain of these guys on YouTube as well, they teach you or they tell you how their aircraft is configured, how their systems work, and what knowledge they have. You can only teach someone what you know. You can't teach them something you don't know. You know, and this is why we've got more than a dozen pilots and access to so many aircraft that we can cross-reference and verify things easy enough. But again, and I'm ending the conversation with this, just because your one doesn't look like ours doesn't mean you're wrong or we are wrong. It just means it's different. You see, Christer, exactly. Yeah. No, I called you Neil or Ian. Did I call you? I think I know what you're referring to. Sorry, Scotsman, I'm still waking up. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I call people silly names sometimes when I get in a hurry, or I don't think. Or yeah, that's true, Tony. So anyway, that's the end of that discussion. I just thought I'd bring it under your attention. Just be careful, guys. Don't lend your ears out to everybody, because not everybody knows what we're doing. Yeah, there's another thing too. Norwegian Air. Let me talk about SOPs, right? Depending on where the guys fly, if you go, the more you go towards the Arctic Circle, the SOPs change completely. So you've got one airline with 2 or 3 SOPs, and it's because of the conditions they fly under. You know, so you've also got to take that into account. And I remember when I made the training checklist, some of the pilots were ruthless and vicious with me. Oh, you're not supposed to do it this way. Then I started using the FCOM, and then nobody could complain anymore. But even the FCOM, the normal Boeing FCOM, it doesn't comply with all the SOPs in different airlines. And some airlines, like I said, have got multiple SOPs. So it's interesting. You just got to keep your wits about you and realize that not everybody does it the same. You see, Scotsman, I remember now, yeah, it's coming back to me. It happens, you know. It's the human side of me. I hate being human sometimes, but it happens. Yeah, Christer, I've got a random again, right? And I tell you what, when there are certain little things I want to do in it, there's like 3 or 4 different Renault Megane manuals out there as well, because you need to look at the year model, you need to look at the actual, you know, manufacturing date. There's a couple of things you need to look at, and it's the same with the Boeing. There's so many variants, and if you have got the wrong variant, it just means manual's not going to look the same, display's not going to look the same. It happens.
Thousand to level off.
Thank you, sir. I am about to turn on approach.
Localizer capture. Glide slope capture.
Yeah, I think the general consensus is in life is you can't use the wrong manual for the wrong application. The other thing is, don't be narrow-minded. Life is not just about you or what you think you know. It's much more than that. Look at this. We missed the ILS unless it's going to take it now. It says it's on the glide slope. Okay, it's taking it. Who is ahead of me, if anybody? I think I should be after Uncle John, right? So, Uncle John, I'm on finals.
Okay, sir. Go for it. Safe love.
I'll try my best.
Radio altimeter.
Old Linda needs some Prozac again, it sounds.
Yeah, I'm going to send it the report again. She's not aborting.
Yeah.
I'll send it to my file.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing. Flaps 25 set. Flaps 30 set. Ready for landing checklist.
Approaching 2A left.
Clear to land runway
500.
28 left.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. Minimums 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed breakup. stabilized.
Uncle John, are you going to taxi? Are you going to taxi?
What?
You're standing right in front of me.
No, I'm not.
Oh, then it's a network issue. Okay, then I'll just taxi through you.
I'm already parked up.
Oh, okay. Well, the network thinks you're on the taxiway in front of me. See. Alright. Okay, close your eyes, guys.
Flaps up and set.
Okay.
Web eye shows you there, John. Web eye shows you there.
I'm so glad we were able to do a short flight, because once I park up, I'm gonna have to run to go prepare and get my daughter to school. It's some or other something she's participating in, like a play or a theater piece or something. I don't know, something like that. Scotsman, now that you talk about that shipping date and so on, here by our local petrol station, one of the attendants always make fun of him, and I ask him, so when am I getting a full tank of petrol, gas for the Americans, for the car? And he said, tomorrow. And then I go there the next day. Obviously, no, this is part of the joke. And I said to him, alright, I'm here now. He says to me, no, I didn't say today, I said tomorrow. So tomorrow never comes, eh? It's always tomorrow, and you never get a full tank of petrol for free. It's just a bit of fun we have. Good one, Christer and Neil. You guys, you crack me up.
Approaching 3-4.
Okay, Tommy, enjoy. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's a long taxi, and stand 121 is my old Ryanair stand, so I got used to using it. That's why I always come here. Okay, brake set. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure. Ready for shutdown procedure.
All right. I just want to mention one more thing, and this is more particular to the VA guys, the Skymatix VA guys. I changed the VA website behind the scenes as well as the SimBrief template. That story where the load got stuck at 19.6 is definitely not happening anymore. Okay. The problem is at SimBrief. It's not us. But I had to fiddle it to actually work, okay? So we're going to keep it as that, and when we go to the new website, whenever that's ready, I hope it's still this year, but whenever it's ready, we'll have to make sure that SimBrief actually fixes their problem. At this point in time, I just don't care. It's not going to break my back to just fiddle with it the way I did and have everybody happy again, but it's definitely a problem on their side. In terms of the SAM loading, I'll have to speak to Martin again. It's still not working. In my life, I swear I cannot imagine how it can be that difficult to just put 2 and 2 together and get 4. It just doesn't make sense. So I don't know who's working on it, behind the scenes, but it's still not working with the Zibo. So every time I load up with SAM, I have to fiddle the numbers as well to make it work, which is crazy. I just don't understand it. So we'll have to see. Right, and that's it. Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
According to the network, you're still on the taxi, so I can't even take a picture. I can't see you here. I'm going to log off now and then quickly go prep, and I'll be back after I drop my daughter off at school.
I'm to the right of you.
Okay, all right, to the right of me. Well, I can't see you. We'll talk. I'll be on Discord, guys. If you're looking for me, there's 1 or 2 things I need to do, but I'll probably be here, so we'll check you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
Drive safely.
Thank you.